Alright, in the last video we imported the assets, so now you should have the spaceship folder, you should have the course library, everything that I'm showing here. And then, so now the next step I told you in the last video said we're going to add a plane. What I meant was a background, but a plane for the background. Now before we do that, I notice I see sample scene is what I'm working in. That's the default whenever you create a new project, so I'm going to say save as, and I'm going to call it main scene. And notice if I just leave the default, it'll put it underneath. So I want to open up the scenes folder, and I'm just going to call it main scene, since this game only has one scene, the way that we're planning it. Alright, now we know that we're working in the main scene because it says it right up there. Alright, let's make the background. So I'm going to do a right mouse click up here in the hierarchy, and we're going to go to create, 3D object and plane. And so by default, you can see that the scale 1, 1, 1, it's set at position 0, 0, 0. And now we want to put some sort of a material on there because we want it to be a background. You could, if you want, you can go find different surfaces. We have some materials in this folder that we imported, and I think on the example that I showed you earlier, my completed, or at least completed step one of phase 1, I used this one. Yep, that's the one. You can use whatever you want. If you want to import some other materials, that's fine. You don't have to use one of these. Now, what I want to do is get us oriented down here. I want to set this up, but first I'm going to rename this to background. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to move my camera around because I want the camera to be looking top down. Alright, so we're going to move the camera around here. Make sure this is selected of the move tool, or you can do it over here by clicking the positioning. And I could bring it up a little bit, bring it forward. My Z I could put at 0, and then I can rotate it down so that I can actually see. So I can grab the Y, go up and down, but I'll do that after I rotate it. I rotate it 90 degrees, now it should be facing down. There we go. So now we're above it, looking down. And then we just want to get the right height, whatever feels good for you. Alright, so let's see. Alright, then in the next video, no, actually I will do that right now. We'll drag the ship in. So let's go ahead and grab the ship, the prefab ship. Got an enemy ship, the player ship, and there we go. Now it looks like our ship is facing the wrong way, so we're going to have to rotate this guy on the Y. Oh, it is rotated 180, so we're just going to put that back to 0. There we go. Alright, then get yours set up right where you want it. And I'm going to move mine up a little bit because I want the shadow effect. I want us to see the shadow. Looks like I'm close to 1 with Y, maybe just to make it easy. Then I'll put the enemy ship at 1. That'll make it easy. So top down, that looks pretty good because now I got the shadow. It looks like I'm hovering over the ground, over the surface. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop there, and we'll pick it up on the next video.